Well, we'll figure that out. But let's get into the first song. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Very nice to be here today. We're going to get that guitar in there somewhere. Ready to sing?
Yes.
You ready to sing along on a song you've never heard before? Because isn't life too short for rehearsals? Especially if you're a baby boomer like me. Here's a song I co-wrote with 14 kids on Cape Cod. There we go, where I live. They live in a low-income housing community, and we wanted to write a song about how to make this world a better place. And in 1 hour, we did the impossible. 15 of us co-wrote and agreed on this song. It's a call and response song, so you just sing back to me what I sing to you. With these 14 kids in mind and all of their input, I might stop a couple of times to show you how we approached, as new songwriters, some of them, the concept of rhyme. Here we are, here today, here to sing, here to play, make this world a better place for me and you and the human race. If you had a bad day, you can turn it around, play some tunes, crank up the sound, hand in hand, lost and found, turn your frown upside down. Oh, know that we can be ourselves. Oh, that's a nice word, kids. What are we going to rhyme with selves? That's what they said. They said elves. Now, I'm a baby boomer. I said, I'm going to need a minute on this one. And 3 kids said, no, Mr. Roth. I said, call me David. We got it. So I sang, know that we can be ourselves. They sang, witches, fairies, ninjas, warlocks, and elves. 14 kids, pretty neat. Let's write this song, and then let's eat. Let's have some fun in the sun. Love our world, love our town. Let's go green, save the bees, save the whales, save the trees. Oh, let's have some chicken pot pie. Oh, what a great word, kids. What are we going to rhyme with pie? And if you heard this song before, don't give it me. Sky, I, my, and then another little fellow said, Mr. Roth. I said, call me David. He said, I got it. And he sang one of the greatest lines of any song I've ever heard. And I wish I'd thunk of it. I sang, let's have some chicken pot pie. He sang, we'll have lunch with the FBI. Then we can fly in the sky. My, oh my, FBI. And here we see a turkey giving thanks for you and me. 'Cause we won't eat him today. Vegetarian's okay. Move around a disco dance. Take a risk and take a. May you have perfect feast, and may the world have perfect peace. Here we are, here today. We're here to sing, we're here to play. Make this world a better place for me and you and the human race. For me and you and the human race. Right here on earth, in outer. For me and you and the human race. Woo! Isn't that a great song? I gotta catch my breath. I'm very excited. And about 4 years ago, I got to go down to Abidjan, Brazil, to visit a man named John of God. If anybody's been there, it's an amazing place. And the last day that I was there, there's a big, huge pink crystal in the meditation room where he would see people every day. And you can only say this at a place like Unity. All right, I hugged the big pink crystal. And I heard this song. And it's an easy sing-along. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. Sing with me. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. One last I am here. I am here for the greater good of all, greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all.
Why don't we stand and Brian is going to lead us and Shirley is going to...
It's part of our all guitar Sunday today. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Our opening prayer is a derivation of words by Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Buddhist monk, and I will adapt them to say, may I show up. May I pay attention to what is good, true, and beautiful. May I tell the truth without judgment or blame, and may I be open to the outcome. but not attached to it.
Good morning, Unity on the River. It's a little different today, can you tell? We gave the choir the day off, and Ogun is taking some much needed time, and Maura and the band and everybody. So we have a one-man band here with us, and I am so excited. David Roth has been a friend for a long, long time. I'll get more of that in my introduction a little later, but we are so happy to have you here, David. So I love this spiritual community. I come here to be replenished and refreshed and remember who I am. That's basically it. And we love to have new people come and visit us. Is there anybody new for the first time? We have a tradition of wanting to welcome you. Oh, thank you. Well, would you mind just standing up? Because we have a flower. We're going to gift you with a flower. When it gets over there, sometimes it takes a few seconds. We welcome all paths of God and welcome anybody who joins us. You enrich us. And as a little practical matter, you can take that flower into the bookstore. You get a 10% discount on everything there. And you can also get a tape and talk to people at the Resource Center to find out more about us. Okay, so sometimes I get distracted by the script, but I have to look at the. There it is. Welcome. I did that. Okay. Streamers. We live stream around the world. Hi, streamers. So say hi to our streamers. Hello. Hi, Dot and Jeff. I know they're looking in. So we bless you, and we. Okay, where are we? I'm just gonna read it today. See, the problem is I am so excited about David Roth being here. When Peter called me and said, would you platform on the 11th of June? And by the way, we're gonna have a guest, David Roth. I said, oh, and by the way, he's staying at my house. So anyway, so I'm just so excited. So I'm a little bit distracted probably with my excitement. UTOR, Unity on the River, is a center of celebration, transformation, inspiration, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy. How'd I do? And to hold these truths in your heart as we say together our mission and our vision statement. First, our mission statement. We are a vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence in all and awakens humanity to its divinity. And now our vision statement. Centered in love, we joyously co-create a world of oneness, peace, and harmony. And so it is. And I do have some announcements. On June 18th, which is next Sunday, our guest speaker will be Jim Goldstein, and he will be hosting a 12 p.m. workshop entitled Powerful Partnerships, Difficult People. That should be interesting. There are limited tickets left for the 4 agreements. Dan Miguel Ruiz coming here. So if you'd like them, you can purchase them online. I think that may be the only way you can purchase them at this point. That's going to be a fantastic event on June 17th. Pat Valencourt giving a workshop, right? Unleash Your Vision, Get Past Fear on June 15th. No more fear. She'll take you beyond it. Take a breath and Pat will lead you. And then on June 24th, there's going to be a meditation garden cleanup. That's going to be really quite a space out here. This meditation, over here, meditation garden. A lot of work has been put into it already. More is happening, and we'd love to have anybody who can make it on June 24th to help us finish up and make that the beautiful space that it will be. Now I would like to intro my friend David. Now, I could read a long list of accolades, and believe me, we wouldn't have enough time. He's a world traveler, singer, songwriter, storyteller. He has actually performed in Germany and has a record label over there, and on that label in Germany, his songs are #1 on the chart. And they're having him back. He's going back to Germany. Also, the Chinese have expressed interest. Do you speak Chinese, David? do you write songs in Chinese? No. So that's to be determined, but that's also possibly on the docket. We were talking last night, and he said, how did we meet? Because it's been a lot of years. And I said, well, I'm going to tell that story tomorrow, but I'll went over it yesterday. I had heard his song, Will You Come Home, long before I met David. We were new therapists, Irene and I, in our private practice, and we were doing a lot of inner child work on weekend retreats. And at the end of every retreat, the people there, we would all stand in a circle. And I had heard this song, I can't remember exactly where, Will You Come Home, that he had written. And we used that song as our signature ending song because that was the theme of the work that people were doing to get in touch with the child within. And so for years and many, many retreats, we ended with that song, Will You Come Home? So one day we found an announcement that David Roth was going to be at a little coffee house, I think it was in Petersboro, New Hampshire, and we got to go. It was like at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, an hour drive, didn't matter. We went there. We had to meet this guy that wrote this song. So we did. During the break, he came over to the table. I told him about how we had used his song in the past years. And then when I became the minister of Unity of the Seacoast up in Dover, got in touch with David, can you come? Yes, I'll come. He came, and it was just wonderful. He did the service like today. So this is kind of a deja vu for me. And David's one of those guys that, you know, when you don't see him all that often, but when you do, it's like the conversation just continues from where it left off. You've met those people in your life. They're just good people. They're just integrated. They're loving. They're legitimate. They're ethical. They're everything that you would want in a person. So I give you David Roth, my friend.
You know what I love about coming to Unity churches, and I've been to many, many over the last 30 years, is that I can feel sane again when the world feels a little insane, or a lot insane. I can feel sane in a place like this. And hopefully take that with me to my next port of call. I heard somebody had a hard day out there. I had a hard one too. We could count them all up and see who wins. Who do you think would have more, me or you? Feeling sorry might work, but not for long. We don't have the luxury of time. So I've got an idea, and it might help us both. And it starts with a question of mine. What can I do for you today? How can I help in some small way? It would be such a gift to me, it's true, if you'd let me do one little thing for you. What can I do? There's a whole lot of things that I can't make. Can't build a house or meditate. But I know there's one thing I can create. Oh, I can make some time. Though the older I get, the faster it flies. Spend it like crazy, no surprise. When my pockets are empty and my credits declined, I'll know that at least I gave you some time. What can I do for you today? How can I help in some small way? It would be such a gift to me, it's true, if If you'd let me do one little thing for you, what can I do? Such a noisy and crazy earth out there. We are neighbors in crisis everywhere. Just in case you were thinking that no one cares, someone may prove you wrong. People all over this world need love, and some won't be lucky to get enough. And that's why I am hoping that you'll understand how we'll both get ahead if I give you a hand. But what can I do for you today? How can I help in some small way? It would be such a gift to me, it's true, if you'd let me do one little thing for you. What can I do? So that really is my question. I have not carefully scripted every word of this sermon and song today, but that is my question to you, the greater Amesbury area. What can I do for you today? I've been a songwriter full-time for 30 years. I've written songs on a lot of subjects. And what did you come to church hoping to leave with today? You know, what's something that you came here for? Anybody? Huh? Inspiration. Okay, that's good. Encouragement. Yep. Answers. Sorry, can't help you there. 2 out of 3 so far. What did I hear over here? Joy. Yeah, we had some joy already. Peace. Joy, peace, inspiration, encouragement. Okay. Community, huh? Levity of love. Okay, well, here's all you need to know about encouragement. A fan letter written to me by a 9-year-old girl in Washington, D.C., who said, for a school paper, which I was not aware she was writing, David Roth is my hero. Because he writes songs, great singer, guitar player, and sang at my parents' wedding. David Roth writes funny songs and inspiring songs. The funny songs make people that are even down in the dumps laugh. His inspiring songs like Yes We Can, Practice Makes Progress. Did someone say perfect? What? Oh, you got some work to do here, friends. I have carefully inserted 12 mistakes into this talk this morning, so I don't have to bear the burden of a flawless presentation. So I have to know right now, are you willing to celebrate imperfection with me today? Yes. Okay. Thank you. His inspiring songs like Yes We Can, Practice Makes Progress, and some others make me have confidence, courage, C-O-R-A-G-E, and encouragement. So she is somehow not encouraged by my songs, but encouraged by them. So I hope that will be your main takeaway today, that you will have been encouraged. In fact, I would like you to say to anyone within earshot near you, it's tough out there, have courage. Do that for me right now, would you? Don't you feel better? Oh gosh, I feel encouraged every minute. Well, you've given me quite a neat little agenda. Does that cover everything? I got about 3 songs, I figure, if I don't talk too much. Have you ever said anything you wish you could have taken back? Have I put my big old foot in my mouth again. I have crossed a line I never should have crossed. Your reaction to my words has got me thinking, can I retract that thoughtless statement that I tossed? You know, I didn't really mean for it to sound that way. Sometimes my mouth just springs a leak. So I took a little look inside that mirror, and now I ask myself 3 things before I speak. Is it necessary, true, and kind? Is there something more authentic I can find to say? Is it from my heart or from my mind? Is it necessary, true, and kind? If I could hit rewind and take it back, I'd do it. Would you kindly put a muzzle on my beak? That old tape I've got's an 8-track, I'm so through with it. Will the silence be improved on when I speak? Is it necessary, true, and is there something more authentic I can find to say? Is it from my heart or from my... Is it necessary, true, and kind? When my monkey mind has found that open faucet and the chatter makes a steamy pool of stress, if there's any trace of toxic in my talking, I will grab a mop and clean up all my mess. I will do my best to button up and hear you. Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. I saw that written on a Jimi Hendrix bumper sticker. He was awfully smart for a musician. Is it necessary, true, and is there something more authentic I can find to say? Is it from my heart or from my mind? Is it necessary, true, and kind? Try it with me. Is it necessary, true, and kind? Is it necessary, true, and kind? And so it is. Okay, let's just go have coffee. How about, based on what you told me, how about hearing about an extraordinary, ordinary person who did something extraordinary? That would be inspiring and encouraging all at once. And here's the guitar I put in the dryer a little bit too long. But I wanted to make sure you were aware that I played more than one instrument. So. And we're going to take a little journey. This is going to be the cheapest trip to Africa you ever took. A story about an amazing person who changed with a simple act not only the village she lived in, the country the village was in, the continent where the country was, the planet where the continent was, but her very life all at the same time. True story. 30 years ago, in the country of Kenya, they were cutting down trees till very few remained. The topsoil disappeared, the land became a desert. life was hard to sustain. The women of the villages would go in search of firewood. Branches were scarce in this ocean of sand. One woman, Wangari, saw this taking place. She said, "We must take care of our land." So she planted a tree, she planted another, in hope she might see a little change begin. She also saw before her a giant undertaking, and so she organized her friends. They were part of the movement, recovering their land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They were moving to make their homeland green, women planting trees. With a bag of seeds, she showed her neighbors about planting more trees, an act for which she paid them a small sum, a giant leap, and soon Wangari organized the women of the Kenyan nation. They were part of the movement, recovering their land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They were moving to make their homeland green. Sing with me. Women planting trees. And something else was happening. Empowerment and strength. This was threatening to the men who made the rules. Wangari and her women friends were making real changes, so the policemen came and broke their tools. But they never broke her spirit, even though they tried. They accused her of subversion. They arrested her for crimes. She carried on in spite of them and kept on planting trees, saplings of pride and possibility. They were part of the movement, recovering their land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They were moving to make their homeland green, women planting trees. 30 years later, in this country of Kenya, 30 million new trees under African skies. Wangari is the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. She began the movement, recovering her land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. She was moving to make her homeland green, women planting trees. They are part of the movement, recovering their land, bringing back the roots of Kenya from the sand. They were moving to make their homeland green, women planting trees, women planting trees. My friend Alana had more to her paper. I'll read you the next short paragraph. David Roth has been playing guitar and singing for over 20 years. He is tall, skinny, and has gray hair. I'm amazed that even how old he is, he can still get all the high notes. Oh, humility. When you tell your friends you're coming to Unity on the River on Sunday morning, some of you go like, what's that? Yeah, anybody ever get that? Well, if you look up the definition of cult, it would describe any, a basketball team, a religion, it's a bunch of people who follow a similar set of beliefs. That's all a cult is, but it's got this connotation, doesn't it? I just simply tell people when I go to sing at New Thought churches, it's where you go to have your answers questioned. Good idea. I have another idea in the moment. And it starts, I do want to do a little talking, and something very beautiful happened to me about 3 years ago. And when you live a life doing what you love to do, and I hope that as many of you as possible have that in your life, whether it's work or family or play or hobby, it is time well spent, I believe. Well, every January I've been going down to Florida for a tour, and I live on Cape Cod, so a tour of Florida in January is a good idea. I'm smarter than I look. And for several years now running, I have developed a sermon and song for Martin Luther King Jr. Sunday. It's called We Have a Dream. We Have a Dream. It's songs I've written about peace and social justice, and quotes by Dr. King, who was a very inspirational person for me growing up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, as I did. I come from that great tradition of suburban Jewish folk singers. Some of us are winning Nobel Prizes these days. Yeah. And a friend of mine who set this up originally, it's been going for years now, this tour and these sermons and songs down there, her day job is to act as an advocate for people with disabilities. And that's why I love her. She takes her clients, her name is Robbie, she takes her clients to cultural events they wouldn't normally get to go to, like art galleries and museums and folk music concerts, plays, musicals, movies, frozen yogurt dinner, miniature golf, bowling, all those kinds of things. And I've become acquainted with a lot of her clients who have many types of diagnoses across the boards, and some of who some people in our culture would rather not see or see them as invisible, not notice those kind of people who are special in all the best possible ways, I believe. So this Sunday, about 3 years ago, for Martin Luther King Sunday, Robbie called me ahead of time and said, "Hey, David, a couple of my clients would like to come and hear you speak at the church." It was a Unitarian church in Fort Lauderdale. I said, "Open and affirming, welcome, certainly, be happy." And she said, "But they want to have lunch with you, and they're really nervous about asking you to have lunch with them." I said, "I'd be happy to have lunch. You're treating, I'm eating." I didn't say that, but I thought it'd be nice. And so to the church that morning, an hour before the service began, a half hour before the sound guy even got there, in walked my friend Robbie with her two clients, Mary Jo Perrone and Carol Rudinsky. Mary Jo, they're both about 59 at this point in time, 3 years ago. Mary Jo was born with developmental disabilities, and Carol was born with cerebral palsy. So they have endured 59 years of walking through this world in a different way. And they came right to the front row and sat down with any choice of seats in the whole sanctuary. They came right in the front row and just watched every move, and Mary Jo and Carol just sat there staring at me and didn't say a word. And I did my sermon and song, and then we agreed to meet at the 84 Diner around the corner. And then now we come to, sorry if this messes up your recording, but I've got to come off the stage here, and I'll speak loudly. Now we're sitting at a table for four, and we're this close, and Mary Jo and Carol are doing exactly the same thing, looking at me and smiling without saying a word. And Mary Jo was getting so flustered at being this close to me, she couldn't even look at me anymore, so she looked over to Carol, the one with cerebral palsy, like, after I used up every smile muscle that I had, not a word had yet been spoken over an eternal 2 or 3 minutes, I finally leaned to my friend Robbie, who's sitting here, and said, "Robbie, is everything okay here? what's going on? Nobody's saying anything, and everybody's smiling a lot. And Robbie says, well, ladies, David's right here. Do you have a question for David? And Mary Jo, like I said, when you look at me, she's looking up to Carol as if to encourage her to be the spokesperson. Carol takes a long breath and slowly, if you ever talk to someone with CP, says, and you can understand, she says, after a long pause and a lot of nervousness, we want you to write us a song. What kind of song are you looking for, ladies? Mary Jo still wouldn't look at me, but she went. Carol, who rolls her eyes, takes another deep breath, and says, we want you to write a song for us because, and she went a lot slower on this part, we're really tired of how people make fun of us everywhere. And then Mary Jo slowly turns to me and nods a lot slower up and down, and I said, tell me more, ladies, tell me more about this. And then the floodgates opened for Mary Jo, who began this probably decades worth of stuff she kept in, and I grabbed Robbie's placemat, along with the Chinese calendar on it, telling me that I was the year of the rat and all that. Turned it over and I wrote some notes, and 2 hours later I had a new song with them. Now, if you're a songwriter, Bonnie and Jane are both songwriters, and other songwriters in here, if you never know where the next song is coming from. So one of my jobs as a songwriter, one of my joys, is to pay attention as much as possible when they come on a silver platter. So 2 hours later I had a song, and that night I played a little house concert in Fort Lauderdale, and Mary Jo and Carol were sitting right in the front row, and I got to play them their song for the first time, and I made them co-writers on it. I figured, hey, why not, Now, this was 3 years ago. I've only sung this song at every concert since then. And every one for the foreseeable future. Mary Jo got a job down at the fast food joint. She was happy for the work. Mary Jo was put on fries. She's been making them for years. This is her specialty. Mary's special, very special. When you're making fries, you see a lot of people. You get to be up front, right by the counter. You get to talk to customers. You get to look outside. Mary Jo delighted in her job. The new manager they got was someone younger. It didn't seem this person understood that Mary Jo was just a little different, but as good as any worker that this place had ever had. One day the boss told Mary Jo to make the Happy Meals, sent her to the back part of the store. This person also used the word retarded. The meals weren't so happy anymore. Mary Jo says, all I really want to be treated just like everybody else. Consider my abilities. I'm competent, I work hard, and I help. Carol is another special person, compassionate and friendly, creative, fun and kind. But she never liked a single day of school. Kids made fun of her, they made fun of her. When she grew up, she felt it was important to make a difference for people just like her. So Carol told their story to a singer so he could sing their story to the world. Carol says, oh, I really want to be treated just like everybody else. Consider my abilities. I am competent, I work hard, and I help. Mary Jo and Carol are good friends. They do things together, just like you and me. So if you ever see someone who's making fun of people like them, think who has the disability. Thank you. Thank you so much. And just as a footnote before we head into meditation, as I said, I made Mary Jo and Carol co-writers on that song. I have 2 new girlfriends in Florida. And we talk every 2 weeks or so on a conference call. Hi, David. Hi, Mary Jo. How are the CDs doing? Because I send them a since they're co-writers, I send them a royalty check. It's a folk music royalty check. It's really not much at all. But what I found out about Mary Jo and Carol is that they also sat on the board of directors of a nonprofit in Florida called Abilities Venti, which is completely run by people with disabilities, with an advisory board. And Mary Jo in 2014 was the president. Carol was on the board. They're still both on the board. And their goal is to raise awareness about people with disabilities and to fight legislation that would cut resources for services they really need. And so when they told me about this, I said, oh, that's so great, Abilities Venti. What does this mean, Mary Jo and Carol? It sounds like, this is me talking, a Latin or Italian for the highest ability that one can achieve on this earthly plane. And Mary Jo said, no, we love Starbucks. I said, really? And Carol said, yeah, it's the biggest cup they have there. And I said, really? And they both said, we love Starbucks. So. For the last 3 years, I don't have them anymore, but you can get them if you look up Abilities Venti on the internet. We sold a t-shirt that we came up with that says, label jars, not people, inside of a jar. Yeah, I've got a little pink one and a small. I've got one if anybody wants that one. And we raised, this is the first time they got money from outside Florida because I was selling them at all my shows. They flew off the table. And Mary Jo and Carol have become very special and have added so much to my life, So for me, the message is, and then we'll get ready for meditation, that something that could perhaps be overlooked, like a lunch invitation that I could have said I was too busy for or had my own agenda. My world changed when I met these 2 ladies, and my perception did. So. I don't know if you need the official, and so it is, but that was the end of the sermon, and now we go into meditation. And so it was. So, now it's time to just prepare for a little quiet time. I invite you to uncross your legs, take all the stuff out of your lap, get into a comfortable position. That felt good. Take a deep breath with me. And today's meditation will be a little bit different. I'm going to sing a song during meditation, but it was an important song for me way back when, and I'm told by other people that it has meaning for them. You may bring any meaning to it that you like, as we often do, but I'll prepare you with just a little chant that goes to precede it. It goes like this. I will surrender. I will let go. When I'm ready, I will know. That's it. I will surrender. I will let go. And when I'm ready, I will know. Sing with me. I will surrender. I will let go. When I am ready, I will know. I will surrender. I will let go. When I'm ready, I will. I know where you live, but you've never been home. Everyone in your house has been living alone. Now something is wrong, and you know it's not fair, but it's easier to hide than to show that you care. But will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You've kept away from yourself from the start, but you can come home now. Come home to your heart. And you work hard all day, how you strain to stand tall, trying to make someone love you, better yet, make them all. But the doors have been closed, all your secrets concealed, and you're living your life so they're never revealed. But will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You've kept away from yourself from the start, but you can come home now. Come home to your heart. And leave the baggage behind. You've done more than your part. Before you fill all your loved ones, you must fill your own heart. Don't look to others for directions or deeds. You're the very first love that your heart ever needs. So will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You've kept away from yourself from the start, but you can come home now. Come home to your heart. We'll enter a place of silence. Will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You've kept away from yourself from the start, but you can come home now. Come home to your heart.
I had a moment there with that song. And I would like to thank you. Our plan worked. We decided to eliminate the namaste and do the encouragement. So we encouraged each other. Oh, man, take a deep breath, Dave. I'd like to recognize our beautiful chaplains who are here to meet with you. If you'd like to share a prayer or something in your life that's going on, they are tremendous listeners. I'm just following the order, what it says, introduction of chaplains, and down below that, it says affirmation of tithes and offerings. I told you it was going to be a different kind of service today. I'm a different kind of man today, I'll tell you that. So we bless these offerings and these tithes. Prayer chaplain. Prayer box. Will you encourage with me?
Take a deep breath.
Oh, my. What's that? Oh, we'll collect the prayers. This is all backwards for me. We're going to bless the prayers that people have put. This is our prayer box. Why did you comment? No, it's not your fault. Isn't he an amazing songwriter and storyteller, though? I mean, it just goes right to your heart.
I'll tell you why I came. Peter made me an offer I couldn't understand.
So let us give thanks for bless these prayers that are in our prayer box, because they are from the heart as well, people who put these in there. So we say, thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Now I'm going to do tithes and offerings. Watch me. See? It says so right up there. This is the time when we have a time to, what's that?
That's right. I talked about those 12,
that's right.
12
I feel right at home.
imperfections of the service. So, split is a generous term.
Get a couple of Davids together, you never know what's going to happen. So listen, let's say together our prayer for the offering which we are going to collect. And we bless these offerings. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
As we come around to take our places at the table, a moment to remember and reflect upon our wealth. Here's to loving friends and family, and here's to being able to gather here together in good company and health. And may we be released from all those feelings that would harm us. May we have the will to give them up and get them gone. For heavy are the satchels, full of anger and false promise. May we have the strength to put them down. May the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And may we wish the best for everyone that we encounter. May we swallow pride and may we do away with fear. For it's only what we do not know that we have grown afraid of, and only what we do not choose to hear. May the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And as we bless our daily bread, drink our day's libations, may we be reminded of the lost and wayward soul, the hungry and the homeless that we have in every nation. May we fill each empty cup and bowl. May nothing ever come between or threaten to divide us. May we never take for granted all the gifts that we receive, being ever mindful of those unseen hands that guide us and the miracles that cause us to believe. May the light of love shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you every day.
Now we will bless our tithes and our offerings. So we give thanks in knowing that these offerings are part of the great circle of life. That which we give returns to us often more than what we gave. So we give thanks for you, for your generosity, and for what we do with this, with our beautiful spiritual community. Thank you, God. And so it is. I'm going to stay on script here. Now we have thank yous for people here who have done so much, the volunteers that make this service possible Sunday after Sunday. We have some special angels that we like to pay tribute to. Mary for filling in as Sunday service coordinator. Thank you, Mary. Tina Michaud Gray for the cake, and Jim McQuaid for the plumbing services that he gave. And thank you, Stacy and her children, for their help watering the meditation garden. Thank you all.
Did you say there's cake?
What's that?
There's cake?
Yeah, if you encourage me, we'll have some. Also want to thank the teams that we have, our greeting team, our Sunday service team, the altar team, and thanking our board members who behind the scenes pull all of this together and plan it all. So would you stand, those of you who are on the board, Monica, and would you stand? Thank you so much. I want to just say, before I introduce David for the final song, he's got a table out there that's filled with his tapes and recordings, things that he has, books. Please take a look at that, because there is so much rich material in there. I am moved to my core to be up here with this man, and you can tell, can't you? Thank you, David.
This would be the celebration song, yes? Okay, good deal. So we're kind of bookending the service this morning. The first one was Here We Are, written with the preteens of Mashpee Village, a low-income housing community. We'll close with a song called We Belong Together that I wrote with 92 third graders in New Jersey. When given the impossible task of coming in to write a song with a grade, my first choice was, give me the fifth graders. I want the most sophisticated verbal ones you got. And the third grade teacher said, you sure, Dave? And I said, yes. And then I went home and I thought about this for a couple of days, and I remembered what fifth graders are like. Too cool for everything. So I called up the teacher. I said, can you hold me back a couple grades and give me the third graders? And she said 3 words. Good decision, Dave. And the songwriter who got to work with fifth graders was Bonnie Raitt's bass player. So that was a much better fit, a rock and roll god named Freebo. And our assignment was to write a song about what it's like to be in community together. So this is the song we wrote that day. Each verse comes from each of 4 classes, 23 kids each. And we were so proud at the end of the day that I said, I'm going to send this song to the president. This was 2007. They said, you can do that? I said, I even know the address. But I had to look up the zip code. I'm thinking of sending it again. Here's the chorus. We belong together. We'll be friends forever. Will we fight? No, never. Because we belong together. That's the chorus. Sing it with me. Here we go. We belong together. We'll be friends forever. We'll be friends forever. Will we fight? No, never. Will we fight? No, never. Because together. First verse, some similarities. We belong and we'll be friends. Watch it now. Oh, we may not live in the same town, but we live in the same world, and our world has some problems. War, hunger, pollution, bad guys, hatred, disasters. We have to find a way. Here we go. Because we belong together. We'll be friends forever. We'll be friends forever. Will we fight? No, never. Will we fight? No, never. Because we belong together. And we have different traditions. And we have different religions. We have different opinions. And we have different names. Still, you know we belong together. We'll be friends forever. Will we fight? No, never. Will we fight? No, never. Because we belong together. So we'll make sandwiches for hungry people. We'll pick up our garbage and read. We'll send cards to people who need them. We'll make friends instead of war. Because we belong together. We'll be friends forever. Will we fight? No, never. Because we belong together. So I won't be mean, I'll be kind. I will leave all that bad stuff behind. I'll be trustworthy and open up my heart. And that's where the changes will start. Because we belong together. We'll be friends forever. We'll be friends forever. Will we fight? Will we fight? No, never. Because we belong together. Don't you know it's true that we belong together? No matter what they tell you, we belong together. Don't you know it's true that we belong together?
Word cult before? Have you ever tried to explain to Catholic relatives what New Thought is? That's what I meant by that. We are walking as the light of God. We are walking as the light of God. We are walking as the light of God. We are walking walking as the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking as the light of God. We are walking, we are walking, we are walking as the light of God.
Oh, all right. So this morning we talked about spiritual gifts and that everybody has them and how to recognize them in other people and how that makes you more compassionate for other people when we all express them in different ways. And everybody contributed. It's pretty cool. We had to get to what that meant for everybody. So that's it.
I think that's time. We could namaste right now if you want, or we could stand and hold hands and sing our peace song. Oh, Hannah will be praying today. All right, got it. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us.
We are the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
We are the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
We are the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God.
Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and we are richly blessed.
Thank you.